Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, Flame Toys announces a shocking new G1 character model kit, the leader of the Dinobots gets the Shattered Glass treatment, and Rise of the Beast movie toys are popping up in stores. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, 2023, and this is episode 532 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that's happy that it never tried to get that blue check mark on Twitter. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Creator, producer, and star of Empire of Rust, editor Mike.
I can make a little blue check mark on my forehead, too.
And Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going? Let's talk Transformers. I almost forgot. And I was like, wait, where's Daryl?
He did the thing.
Say the line, Daryl.
Jeremy, do the thing.
Yes, we are without Daryl this week. He is in a better place. He's traveling. Let me see. He's not dead. He's not dead. He'll be back next week. He's not dead. He's having fun. He's enjoying himself traveling for work. So we'll see him next week. Be careful out there, Daryl.
And let's just hope he doesn't waste all of his money.
I believe he went somewhere where what happens there stays there. So maybe we'll hear about it next week. All right. As always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to support us on Patreon and PayPal. I completely messed that up. I'm going to start over. Oh, Daryl's here. I told you he wasn't dead.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
All right, let me start over. All right. We start off the show, as always, by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to help us out and keep the show going. We really appreciate that support. This week, we welcome 2 new Donatrons to the family. So thank you so much to Ken and Tony K. I believe Tony K is Candle Comics on the Discord. So
Nice.
Shout out to Candle Comics. Welcome. And hope you're enjoying things. He's a big Empire of Rust listener, so he went right to the Empire of Rust channel and had some questions for you guys. So I hope you're enjoying the march to episode 100. So keep it going.
We're almost there.
Yeah. All right. As a Donatron, there's lots of perks, including bonus content, part of which is that awesome show, We Like Big Bots. That's done by Daryl and Dr. Pants. They go through lots of cool different bots in their collection. The biggest ones, combiners, Titan class figures, just really big bots. All the big guys out there, guys like Jetfire, Overlord, Six Shot. Lots of cool episodes there. We've got 10 We Like Big Bots episodes up on Patreon. So when you sign up, you'll get access to all of them. There'll be more coming soon as they get their act together and start recording some new episodes. So look forward to that. Hopefully by this summer, we'll see. Also, we've got our awesome Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. I already mentioned that. And of course, as part of Empire of Rust, if you are a Donatron, you get access to the early bonus uncut version of each episode a week before the regular episode drops. So this week, If you are a Donatron, you already have access to episode 99. And that is, you just keep on fighting till you beat the shark quake. And, and our masterpiece Donatron, John 4X Levengood, said they hopped in at the start of season 2 and are immensely enjoying Empire of Rust. So thank you, John 4X Levengood.
You, sir, are a scholar and a gentleman.
And a masterpiece Donatron.
Classic triple threat.
So this week, so episode 99, the regular version will be out next week. So that'll be on April 9th or 10th, I should say. So look forward to that on the free feed. That'll be at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. But if you want to listen to it now, all you got to do is become a Donatron and you can listen to it right now. And we got one more episode before the big one, episode 100. So Mike, anything you want to tease for this episode? I mean, we're right in the middle of a pitched Sharkticon battle here. Sharkticons have swarmed all over. It's a ballroom blitz of Sharkticons here. So what's happening here?
It is going to be a bananas episode 100, and we've done something we haven't done before on 100. So it's going to be really amazing.
You had
I'm not going to. That'd be shocking. That'd be shocking. But we forgot that Daryl's dead, so maybe if it was a couple of weeks ahead of time, it would be good. But
is this the Daryl effect instead of the Mandela effect? Daryl's dead.
Timing just didn't work out, Although I will say, Charles, I got a bone to pick with you and you, Jeremy, because you didn't correct him on this. So episodes like 96 and 97, Jeremy, you picked up on the Portal references.
Yeah.
Good on you. I don't think you picked up on the Portal references from 98 and 99. What do you got to say for yourself?
It's been a long time since I played Portal. What was the 98?
So 98 was Keep on Fire. Jet, what's the name of the title? What's the name of the episode? Keep on fighting, even something Magnum's mistake.
There's no use.
There's no use crying over Magnum's mistake.
Yeah.
Think about the song that played at the end of the first Portal.
Right.
You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. There's no use crying over Magnum's mistake. Okay. Continue that same cadence for the next line for episode 99.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have the entire song stale I've memorized.
Bah. Bah. Charles, I can almost understand because he's a Philistine and didn't play the games.
You can almost understand. So I should have gotten the reference even if I haven't played Portal, is what you're saying.
That song entered the cultural zeitgeist for years after that. Jeremy, you have no excuse.
I know, I have no excuse. You can dock my pay.
We're going to have to put this in your performance review.
All right. Well, it's coming soon. So yeah, everyone hold on to your butts. Episode 100 is coming up. We've only got one more episode before, and it's going to be a doozy. So, and I guess the end of April, the episode will be out. So look forward to that. All right. Last little piece of business before we get into the show. We've got another Toyhax drawing to do. So our friends at Toyhax allow us to give away a $10 gift code every month, and we're doing one for the month of March today. And of course, this is our opportunity to remind you that we have a code at toyhax.com. So if you want to use our promo code TM1234, you'll save 15% off your entire order at toyhax.com. Cannot be combined with other promo codes, but can be used with your Robo Points. So look forward to that. Anytime you want to buy some labels at toyhax.com, use our code. And I believe you can use this code with our gift certificate. So if you win this gift certificate, use the code as well, and you get you can spend even more. Just make that $10 gift code go even further with our promo code. So let's get into this. So we need to pick a random number. So Jeremy, is your assistant ready to go?
Computer, are you ready to go?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Sorry, hold on. I had to get the Excel sheet up. All right, computer, could you please give us a random number between 1 and 77?
Computer, give me a random number between 1 and 77.
Here's a number between 1 and 77. It's 48.
48, that goes to Aaron. Congratulations. I do not know Aaron directly, but they are a donatron. Aaron, congrats.
Aaron, awesome. Congratulations.
Good job.
Daryl will be in touch when he returns from the dead.
All right. Congrats, Aaron. I shouldn't have done that joke. Now I'm gonna be Keegan Michael Key all the time. So hey, Aaron, congrats for winning that $10 gift code for March. And enjoy. All right, now we're gonna enjoy talking about some toys. So let's start off with quick hits.
All right. Starting off, we have a new officially licensed plushie for Transformers. These are called Podpals, and they are kind of pill-shaped Transformers. Looks like we have Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Bumblebee, and they were found at a Family Dollar store in Norfolk, Virginia for around $5. So if you are looking for a cheap, inexpensive Transformers plushie, there you go. They are just very odd to me, but hey, they're out there. So
They kind of remind me a little bit of like Minions.
a little bit.
Next up, we have a couple of Transformers mini backpacks, glow in the dark mini backpacks. These are from a company called Loungefly. I'm sorry, yeah, they are made by Loungefly, but they are an exclusive to a site called Grotto Treasures. Now, when I say mini, these are 27 centimeters tall and 23 wide, which is about 10 inches tall and 8 inches wide. And both of them have a glow in the dark like features to them. I think it's glow in the dark eyes. Now, here's the part that concerns me. Each one is $85. A 10-inch by 8-inch mini backpack that is $85 a piece.
Essentially like a designer purse.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, from the photos, they look well made, but they're also tiny little mini backpacks that you can't really put much in, and they're like more than like a decent quality pair of shoes. So, you know, I'm certainly not going to be picking them up, but if you have the money and are willing to put it down for these, then hey, cool. You got a pair of mini backpacks. It's Prime and Bumblebee. No other characters at the moment.
All right. Well, maybe that the $85 would go better towards a VNR Optimus Prime truck. So we talked about this last week. We had first images of it. Now we have in-hand images, so you can see it in person. It looks pretty good. I mean, it is based on that holiday Optimus Prime. It's the same mold as that. So, if you like that one, you'll probably like this one in the more traditional Optimus Prime colors. You can see it there next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime from War for Cybertron. The trailer looks to be like the same mold as that or similar mold as that. And yeah, it's fine. I mean, if you like that style of truck, it's a good Optimus Prime. Looks good. Colors look good. So yeah, this will probably be this is still leak, so this has not been officially announced yet, but I'm guessing this will be probably announced pretty soon. Maybe it's already been announced this week before the show went up. We'll see.
Well, it could be announced that the April 4th Transformers Pulse fan stream for Transformers. This will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Join Ben and the rest of the Transformers team on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel and see what they announce. The hashtags include Studio Series, Transformers Legacy, and Legacy Evolution. So I would imagine seeing more Rise of the Beast Studio Series, and I don't know, maybe they'll do some more 86 movie Studio Series. I don't know what else they can mine from there, but looking forward to seeing what they're going to show off. And, these things are always a lot of fun to watch. So check it out and join us in Discord. I'm sure there will be people talking about it as it goes on.
Well, it's already at this point. It's already happened, unfortunately.
Sorry. Yeah. So I hope you had fun watching it. We'll talk about it next week.
We're in the time machine, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly.
So one hashtag that was missing from the live stream was shattered glass, and we have some official images and a pulse listing for the Generations Shattered Glass Leader Class Grimlock. That is up for pre-order now at $55 and is scheduled to ship on or around August 1st of this year.
One thing about this shattered glass, now this is the same mold as a Studio Series Grimlock, right?
I believe so.
He is not coming with that little wheelie figure. The wheelie figure is terrible, but he's not coming with it. So that's a bit of plastic they're saving there. This is, I mean, inflation, of course. So this is higher than the original Studio Series Grimlock. The Studio Series Grimlock came out at 50, right? Now this is 55.
Purple and teal and orange paint is expensive, Charles.
I'm just saying, could they give us a sword back? Like they take the plastic they saved on that wheelie figure and give us a real sword. Because Grimlock came with a sword back in the day.
Yeah, but unfortunately it probably wasn't in the mold. So you can't really add much new to it.
Yeah.
Sad, but yeah. He does come with the gun that he came with, though. So there's that.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we've got the world's smallest Transformers, and this is from Super Impulse. So they are releasing these world's smallest micro figures combined with a micro comic. So you've got the figure. So we've got Bumblebee, RC, Starscream, Soundwave, Optimus Prime, and they are packed in with a teeny tiny Marvel comic. So it looks like it's going to be issues 1 through 6 of the original Marvel comic, and it's teeny tiny, so you can read it with your magnifying glass, while you're playing with your teeny tiny world's smallest Transformer. I don't believe these transform. They look to be just like static figures that don't really move or anything. But
and again, this is horrible photography. Yellow background with Bumblebee. I mean, come on.
Yep. But yeah, so it's interesting that they're packing in the comics with these the teeny tiny comics with a teeny tiny figure. I just thought that was cute.
I wish they included something for scale for this, because like it says in inch and a quarter, which is really, really small, but I wish there was something that you could just compare the size to, so you could get a little bit more of an accurate read as to how big this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of things that are tiny, we have a new Flame Toys model kit coming out. I say it's small because it's only 16 centimeters tall, so it's going to be a little bit of a small guy. But it is Shockwave, and it is super articulated, and yeah, kind of par for the course for Flame Toys model kits. Let's see. I don't believe we have a price listed for this, but I imagine it'll be somewhere between 40 and 60, as typical Flame Toys kits are. And he even comes with a little mini Shockwave gun, so you can replicate that animation error from the cartoon where he's wielding himself.
Got so much nostalgia for those animation errors.
No kidding.
All right. An interesting thing showed up in the Rise of the Beasts toys that are coming out in stores. We have a new artwork that looks like it could be Megatron from the Megatron model that was designed and never used for the Bumblebee movie, because we're getting a Megatron figure packed like just randomly in the Rise of the Beasts toy line. I don't think this means Megatron is going to be in the movie, so don't look forward to that. But it does look like they're using the artwork. They're using the Megatron model that was made for the Bumblebee movie, and it's finally seeing the light of day. We did get some on the TFW 2005 forums. There was some confirmation. One of the users claims to be someone who works at 3A or 30 and says that it's the same assets that they received when they were working on development of the deluxe models for the Bumblebee movie. So they say the 3D model wasn't finished, only the front half, and his back detailing wasn't designed yet. So that's why I guess you get the main front, and it's not terrible. The face is kind of yikes, but as Megatron, it's got the right profile. It's the shape of the head looks right. Not mad at it.
Yeah.
But
you don't hate it.
It's just has the Bayformer face. So
yeah.
Mm.
It's interesting, and I'm wondering why I guess they just do this. They pack in toys for the movie line, even if they're not in the characters are not in the movie. But it's just interesting that they've got this. They just reuse this Megatron asset art to go on this packaging. So that's interesting. Okay, well, I think that's all our quick hits. So let's move on to our main discussion topic.
all right, we have a bunch of in-him images of the Rise of the Beast Voyager Optimus Primal. This is the Mainline, not the Studio series, and it was found in Mexico. So this is the robot mode that we've seen most of these of, and I mean, he looks okay. It very similar to the original Beast Wars Optimus Primal. Similar weapons. Just the face is what gets me. Let me go back to this close up of the face. Optimus Primal needs the split face mask, and he doesn't have it with the face mask.
So he
But-
needs a mouth. Optimus Prime cannot have a mouth. Optimus Primal needs a mouth.
Yes, he does. But I mean, the beast mode here looks kind of weird with the back there, but it's okay. I mean, the beast mode looks pretty similar to what we got on the trailers. We have some other pictures here. Better coloring. I mean, I like the detailing of the eye on the robot mode. But he's Optimus Primal and seems to be a very simple transformation. But yeah, I'm excited to see this guy in person. Severe lack of color. I mean, it's very gray, dark gray, and then the eyes are blue. I would have liked to see a little bit more color on him, but at least he has his classic swords, and the beast mode looks really good. So, Charles, what are your thoughts on this?
I pretty much agree with you on the lack of color there, Jeremy. That's the first thing that stood out to me, is that he really needs some extra color. I mean, but I think we kind of knew this was coming, just given that in the trailer, it's a similar thing where you see his robot mode briefly in the trailer, and he is all gray like this figure is here. So it's unfortunate that we don't get a little bit of splash of color here, but otherwise it does look like a good figure. I do agree with you. He needs the mouth to complete the Optimus Primal look. I don't know why it seems like the movie, not just this movie, but in general, the movies they love to give Optimus Prime a mouth, but then they take the mouths away from all the other characters. And I don't understand why. Like Bumblebee, why does Bumblebee have this weird, orifice on his face that it's not a regular face?
Whoa, hey, PG-13 show here.
Yeah, I mean, that's another. I'm glad RC looks like RC at least, so I'm happy about that. But then Wheeljack's head, what's going on there? His head is completely weird. I don't know, but
you think they do it just to have like unique shape to the head, so it doesn't feel like, because if you look, think back to G1, like cartoon like designs, all of the faces were fairly uniform. Like the heads were different and unique enough, but if you look at the face, like you really would have a tough time telling each one apart. And I wonder if they did that on purpose, like they made each head and face very unique for the movie.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, when you're not going to have lots of color, you need something to distinguish the characters.
But again, like if you going by that logic, Mike, why would you give Optimus Primal the exact same faceplate that Optimus Prime has? Like why not do exactly what they did in the Beast Wars cartoon back in the 90s and give him the little split face so he looks like a different character? So I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
Mike, do you have any other thoughts on this?
I'm not going to come down hard on the designers of the toy. I imagine they had to match the movie aesthetic as close as possible. But yeah, I wish that they just gave a little bit of brown to the fur detailing and a little color, like maybe a little bit of color on that breastplate. And, I think that would have gone a long way to adjusting the look of the figure. But, I imagine their responsibility was to match the movie as close as it could, because it's a movie tie-in figure. So I can't be upset at them for that.
Yeah.
But still, I wish that just the character had some color on the fur and just to give it some variety to it, because it could be a really cool figure if it wasn't just solid gray.
Yep.
Yeah. And speaking of a figure with color, we have also reports like that was found in Mexico, and we have images here of it on store shelves. But also Cheetor has color to him. If you look at this robot mode, he's got the orange body, but he has his blue face and blue shoulders. I think that looks really good. And that's more reminiscent of what, we saw on the show. And, I'm happy to see if the movie is going to continue that.
Yep.
So, looks like Rise of the Beast figures are making their way out into the world. So keep an eye out.
It's interesting. We had talked about a few months ago, like, are they going to have mainline and studio series essentially out competing with each other on the store shelves? And it looks like that's what they're doing. So it's interesting. I wonder how that's going to shake out. Time will tell.
Yep.
All right. That's our toy discussion. So let's move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions podcast will return after these messages.
And Trips to the Store is brought to you by our friends at TeePublic. So if you want to get some cool Transmissions merchandise, you can check out our shop at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. That takes you to our TeePublic store where you can get all our cool merchandise, shirts, also mugs, other stuff. You can wear shirts like this. I have my Armada Transmission shirt on.
You're the only one this week. I have a Transformer shirt, but not from TeePublic.
I just got a sweatshirt because I'm cold.
Fair enough. But so you can check out all the stuff on our TeePublic store. Of course, if you want to buy anything from TeePublic, still use our link and that helps us out. Just go to transmissionspodcast.com/shop. You can buy anything from TeePublic that you want. If you're looking for shirts, doesn't have to be transmission stuff, but it'll still help out the show if you buy it through that link. So help us out. Okay, let's talk about the stuff we got this week. I'm going to go first, but I don't have anything. Sorry. I will point out that I hung the new artwork that my wife got me for my birthday. So this is the Optimus Prime Megatron Andrew Wildman art piece that's from the Royal Mail stamp collection. So you can see it's right there. It's on the wall.
And
so
everything is level.
It's only one hook, so it's it was not beyond my capabilities. Fortunately,
you are an engineer.
So, but yeah, I don't have anything else, unfortunately. So I'm gonna pass it over to Mike.
So I also don't have anything brand new because unfortunately I did end up losing my job back in January. So I've had to cut back a lot on purchases, but I will show off the combined mode of Cadmos and Nemios from Planet X into their Victory Saber mode. And this is a pretty massive, beefy guy here. Looks really, really good. Lots of really cool things. Let me see if I can turn this around without knocking my microphone over. Whoa. Oh, there we go. So really, really nice. A lot of cool stuff, So yeah. And you can see kind of like the metallic kind of shine and like paint detail on the gold on Nemios. And it's pretty awesome. And Cadmos's new head sculpt and everything. They included a new head and new hip joints for Cadmos with Nemios, which helps out quite a bit because he was a little unstable at times. So
for the people listening, not watching, who is this a third party representation of?
Starsaber?
Yes. Isn't it?
Oh, okay.
It's Victory Saber, right?
Right. No.
It wasn't a trick question.
I thought it was.
You passed the test.
All right, good. Yes, Victory Saber, the Star Saber and Victory Leo combination. Okay. So yeah, it's a fun figure, and it took me a while to actually find the time to put it together because it's not it's a bit of an involved like combination, a bit of involved transformation. So it does take you a little time to kind of get it in place correctly.
Cool. All right, Jeremy, you have the coveted anchor position this week.
What? This is what happens when Daryl goes out of town. So if you watched last week, you would have noticed I was out of town. Yet I still showed up because I was in a place that actually still had internet. But I was visiting my parents, and while I was out there, I noticed an Ollie's, and I'm never having the opportunity to go to an Ollie's because there's not one near me. I stopped in, and they didn't have any Transformer toys there, but they had some comics. They had these sets. I don't have the bags now, but basically, like if you remember the old sets that at grocery stores that would have collections of comics, they had some of those. One of them had a number of recent IDW Transformer comics. Well, it was like all IDW comics, and I could see at least a couple Transformer books in there. So I picked that up, and then one that had a bunch of old comics ranging from the 80s to the early 2000s. And I picked up that because there was a Transformer book visible in there too. So in the more recent one, it had Transformers Galaxies #1. This is cover B by Nick Roach.
Nice.
Transformers Escape #3, cover B. This is by Umi Meow. And I think a lot of these, my store would give me the cover A, so I didn't have either of those. This one, Transformers, the 2019 run #40, cover A. This is by Angel Hernandez. And then Beast Wars #13, cover A. And then this is Sid Van Blue cover. So some good books there. And then in the one with the old books, they had the Dreamwave Armada comic #4. Yeah, #4 here. And this is James Ray's art. And when I posted about it on Facebook, he commented, it's like, my work's only worth $5 now. So
these aren't reprints or anything, right? These are original comics.
Yeah, these are original comics.
Wow.
And I mean, here's some of the other books. I mean, imagine the IDW ones, they were just trying to get rid of stock, but then this is the rest of the old ones. And it had like, the only things I recognized was this Wildcats #1, and there was a Turok #1, or a Turok #33.
Wow.
So, but the Wildcats, I looked in there, and it did say first printing. So, it's got this, nice Jim Lee cover art. So,
is that worth anything?
Like $7, I think. I looked on eBay. If I got it graded, probably more, but I don't know. I'm debating. But then I also went to my mom took us to this. It's a comic shop / arcade / entertainment center with things like miniature golf and stuff on the outside. So it was in a small town. So we went, had fun with the kid, and then in the comic shop, I didn't need anything new because I have my pull list, but they had tons of back issue boxes. So I dug through, and I got this G.I. Joe starring Snake Eyes and Transformers Generation 2 #1.
I got that issue.
Yeah. So I got this, and what would you have expected to pay for this?
$2 or $3.
He charged me cover price, which is $1.25.
Wow.
So
Nice.
I consider that a win. It's in great condition. So
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have that. And then I also, last week I showed off a little miniature Soundwave, and then I finally have opened up the Masterpiece Soundwave that I got from Charles like a year ago or over a year ago, and finally paid him for it. So I have finally opened up Masterpiece Soundwave that I bought from Charles, and he's great. The kid and I actually opened them up tonight, and he went crazy over all the tapes while I was trying to work out the transformation, which was more complicated than I expected. But I also have all the tapes here. Here's Ravage. I have never actually messed with a Masterpiece Soundwave or the cassettes until now. So I got Buzzsaw and Laserbake here. They're all out. And then Rumble and Frenzy, take your pick, who's who. I had to try to explain the whole Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue thing to the kid. I'm not sure how well I did, but I'm happy to finally have this thing open. I'm gonna figure out a place to display him, but he's very very fun figure. I'm happy to finally be able to do something with it.
Very cool.
Solid choice there.
Glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you and your son were able to play with it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Now I just need to like put it to where he can't go and grab all the tapes off the like he'll grab like all my little tapes and stuff down here. So I need to hide them.
All right. That'll do it for Trips to Store, and we will finish up the show with some feedback.
We now return to the Transmissions podcast.
All right. So we had this feedback sent in last week. We didn't get a chance to play it, but we got some audio feedback from friend of the show and Masterpiece Donatron, John 4X Levengood. So we got his feedback on TFCon LA, his first TFCon. So let's hear John's experience at TFCon.
Hey guys, John 4X Levengood here. I just completed my first Transformers convention. It's been a long time coming. Finally had the funds and the time to go to one. So I was asked to send in a voicemail explaining, giving my thoughts. So here are my thoughts. First of all, I had a great time. It was I finally able to meet at least one of the people that's on Transmissions there, Gabe. I did see Trish rolling around. I did not want to bother her because she looked super busy, so I left her alone. That being said, some of the highlights for me, obviously, should come as no surprise. I did go ahead and get my photo taken with Peter Cullen and got his autograph, and that was a highlight for me. Kind of awesome to finally meet somebody who meant so much to me in my life growing up. So there's that. I was able to purchase a couple of Transformers for myself. I was able to get myself a G1 Optimus Prime and a G1 Megatron to go on my patent shelf. So that's going to be kind of neat. Which is, I had a glossy print of an Optimus Prime patent, which is what I had Peter Cullen sign. Played a couple of games of Transformers, a trading card game, and enjoyed that immensely. Gabe's probably going to have a story about that for you guys at some point. And finally, picked up a Devastator, picked up a couple other things. I picked up a Boss Man as well. And I attended a few panels, enjoyed the insight from some of the voice actors and such like that. Of course, obviously, again, went to the Peter Cullen panel, and he just as nice a guy as I always thought he might be. Not looking forward to the drive back, but then again, I'm used to driving long distances for long periods of time, so that's no big deal. And I tried to enjoy it as much as I can and everything the convention had to offer. And I am so glad I came, and thank you guys. you guys are, as the Transmissions podcast, are part of one of the big reasons I finally got the nerve up to finally go to one of these things. So you guys take care, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Cool. Congrats. That's awesome. Yeah. And yeah, I mean that's I think this TFCon LA is probably the one to go to because I mean they have so many guests, and yeah, getting to meet Peter Cullen is pretty awesome. Daryl's already asking in the chat if we'll see you in Toronto this July. So yeah. Sorry, Daryl. In a couple of years though. John's saying in a couple of years maybe. So we'll look forward to it. But yeah, that's awesome. That drive. I mean, remind me where is John? Where are you located? Are you in the Midwest or on the East Coast or somewhere else?
Thinking somewhere in the central part of the country.
Yeah, that's still a big drive to LA, but glad he made it.
But even when you're in LA, going anywhere is a big drive.
Yeah, Wyoming. Okay, Wyoming to LA. Yeesh.
You can make that drive. You can come to Chicago in a couple of years when they come back. But yeah, that's really cool, and I'm glad you had a great time. I actually randomly was presented on my YouTube suggestions. There was a channel where this girl goes to events and reviews them. She's not necessarily a fan of the event. She just reviews the conventions or the events. And TFCon LA was one that she did. And it was really interesting hearing kind of an outsider talking about the convention, and, you know, she had a great time too. So apparently TFCon LA was a really well put together show. So I'm glad that it's growing as well.
The algorithm recommended that same video to me, Jeremy.
Oh,
I just watched that last night. That's that's very weird. I guess it's not too weird.
No.
But and Wolfwood saw it too.
You can't escape the YouTube algorithm. So.
But yeah, I mean, so John, my only suggestion for the next one you go to, don't be afraid to go up and say hi to folks. People are always happy to say hi. I'm sure Trish would have been happy to say hi to you. So, don't be afraid to bother people.
Yeah, I will say that I think it was BotCon 2011. I ran into Vangelis, and I was very nervous at the time, saying hi to him. And, I laugh at that now, but, I get it, but, we're all just people, and, that you go there to see people. So just don't be afraid.
Mm-hmm. But definitely, yeah. I mean, hopefully we will get to meet up with you at one of these TFCons. So the next time we get, hopefully our paths will cross where we're at one and you're at one as well, and we can finally meet you in person. So that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions. So thanks everyone for watching. As always, at the end of the show, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. These are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level. And that's why we give them a mention in every episode. And of course, that brings us back to John Forex Ledmagood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are amazing. So thanks so much for your continued support. We really appreciate it. And I think before we go, I do want to just again mention our Toyhax code, because if you want to get some stuff at Toyhax, use our promo code TM1234. That'll help us out at toyhax.com. Buy anything for using our code, and you'll get 15% off your entire purchase. So keep using that. It's not going to be there forever, but it's been going for a few months. So keep using it, and keep taking advantage of it until it becomes unprofitable.
Hasbro keeps making toys, so better stickers are always needed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.